What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. It's DJ, and yes, we are doing another solo run in Fire Red with a Gen 4 Pokemon. I bet you didn't expect us to do one so soon, but we will. And this time I randomly selected Gliscor. Now, Gliscor is a pretty decent Pokemon. Um, he has a very good defense stat and a decent attack and speed stat as well, which will work for us. The downside, I think, because we're ground flying, is going to be especially Lorelei. Lorelei scares me. We're 4 times weak against ice. And I think the only real good move we can learn to take her on is Brick Break. So that might be a thing. Brock can also be a problem, but we do have Poison Sting, and with the chances of poison coupled with our high defense stat, I think we can probably get through Brock with no problem. So we'll see how that plays out. Everything else I think will be okay. The ground flying typing is actually very interesting. It does really well, to be honest. Plus, Gliscor learns some pretty good moves. I should mention that we did add some moves to the game based on Gliscor's level up moveset, its current level up moveset. We added Fire Fang, Ice Fang, Thunder Fang, which you saw Gliscor have on the current moveset, Night Slash, Poison Jab, U-Turn, and X Scissor. So those moves have been added into the game just so Gliscor's moveset can be complete. And what we didn't add from his is acrobatics. I didn't really have a way to add acrobatics in the game unless I program the effects of that move into the game, and that's something that I'm not spending the time to do. So yeah, with that being said, we're gonna just go ahead and head towards Brock and see if we can get past this gym. So I forgot to mention the rules, and in saying that, I accidentally got into this battle trying to do the least amount of battles as possible, and I ended up getting into one. But yes, so the rules, same as last time. No items can be used in battle. I can only use Gliscor to battle, and I can catch other Pokemon in order to use HM moves like Fly or Strength, but I cannot use them in battle. I will try to get into the least amount of battles as possible, so we can see how low of a level we can beat the game with, and how quickly we can beat the game. And as always, I am recording this commentary as I play the game because I'm too lazy to write a script. That is how we're going to do it, and that means my reactions to what happens in the battle is my actual reaction as it's happening. So we're getting close to fighting Brock. We're going to see how that battle goes. So we get through the Viridian Forest and we're ready to take on Brock. Now I'm at level 10, and honestly, I haven't done this with Gliscor before, but I do think we will have a easy time getting past. With Poison Sting, we get a poison on the first one, which is great. Judo's gonna start using defense curl, but that's fine. I'm gonna use Slash, even though it's not very effective, just because it has a high critical hit ratio. I figure we may be able to do more damage with it than Poison Sting. Plus, we get to save some of our Poison Stings for the Onix when it shows up. I am approaching about half of my health, which is a bit worrisome, but if Geodude uses defense curl, that's damage we get to do to him without him damaging us. So that definitely works in our favor, and that Slash will do it. And he's still using defense curl, so we get to get past the Geodude at 23 HP, maybe enough for the Onix. For Onix now, before we use Poison Sting, I think I'm gonna go for a Sand Attack, lower its accuracy, because Rock Tomb does a lot of damage and that lowers our speed. That just gives him more of a chance to miss Rock Tomb, which is already not 100% accurate. He's not missing any attacks though, and we have to hope we get a poison. There goes a miss on his tackle. We hope we get a poison off against the Onix. If we don't, we're gonna have to try this again. I know this is possible at the level we are at, but we just need to get this Iron Tree on the poison, and it doesn't seem like we're getting it. Bind is bad. I explained in the Porygon Z video why the damage that we take at the end is pretty bad. So maybe next time the strategy would be to continue to lower Onyx's accuracy. We finally get that poison, but I think that's a bit too little too late. Yeah, I only have 2 HP and we go down here. All right, so I actually forgot to save before we took on Brock the first time, so I did not do a reset after our first loss. I probably will be resetting after this because I honestly believe we can win at level 11. Again, we're gonna go for Poison Sting on the Geodude just to get the poison, then go for Slash in order to get some critical hits if possible. We'll see if we can actually do that. No poison this time. We got poison on the first time in the first battle, and it doesn't seem to be working out for us now. The positive part is we have a lot of Poison Sting PP. It comes with 35 PP, so eventually we will get a poison, just like we did there. Now I can switch from that and switch to Slash. Now with Onyx this time, I think I'm going to lay down more Sand Attack, maybe do at least 3, just so we get more misses, and that's what we need. We need Onyx to miss more, and then after that we'll try to get the poison on him, and then that should allow us to win the battle. Geodude's going down to this poison, and a couple of more turns. Now we have less HP this time. He didn't spam Defense Curl as much as he did last time, so that's not the greatest, but we do move to level 12 in the middle of the battle, which will help us. So first Sand Attack. Hopefully he misses the Rock Tomb, which is great. So when we get another Sand Attack without any damage. He missed again. Third Sand Attack. That might do it. He actually lands it this time. Does 5 points of damage. That is too much. So he misses the bind, and that's what we need. Oh, and we get a poison immediately. That is exactly how we needed this to go. Exactly how we needed this to go. So now let's try for the Slash and hope for some crits. We are in bind. I don't like that. This is going to be close. This is going to be pretty close. A critical hit would be useful here if we can get it. I mean, we're dwindling. We can definitely do this. He missed on the tackle, what helped. But yeah, 1 HP, and oh, he was faster than us. We were so close on that. I know we can win this, and I think I'm gonna try it again. It's definitely something we can easily win. Alrighty, so I guess third time's the charm with Brock. We're gonna try and defeat him. I think our strategy is good though. We came really close last time, so I think it will work. So I'm gonna stick with it. Gonna get that Poison Sting going. Geodude's using Defense Curl. Kind of doesn't matter because we're not doing that much anyway. We just need that residual damage with the poison, and that's gonna work in our favor. I don't think we really got any crits with Slash. We haven't been getting any, and Slash is supposed to give us a high crit ratio, or at least a higher ratio. But it doesn't seem to be working that much in our favor. All right, Geodude's gonna go down pretty quickly here. We have, I was gonna say we have more HP than we had last time, but yeah, no, it looks like we're gonna be at about the same spot. Yeah, 20 HP, not good. We're in the same spot that we were last time. I'm gonna start with that Sand Attack. He misses. Sand Attack again. Missed again. That's perfect. Sand Attack again. Maybe we throw down 4. Yeah, he keeps missing, so might as well make use of it. There we go. We throw down 5. I might as well go to the entire 6. Might as well, just so we can get a higher chance of winning this. And a poison on the first try. That still worked out. There goes the Rock Tomb. Lowering our speed actually doesn't help us either, because then, yeah, he's faster than us now. That does not bode well for us. But I think we're gonna be good with his -6 accuracy. He's gonna barely hit us, and that's gonna be how we get past Brock. And it looks like, oh, we finally get the crit. There we go. And the poison takes him down, and we got past Brock. It took us 3 tries. It didn't take that long, honestly, and I didn't think it would with Gliscor. Quick attack's not a move I want to learn. So yeah, I didn't think it would take that long with Brock, honestly, and yeah, we got past him, so that's pretty good. So let's look at our Brock split. Last time it took us, what was it, 2 hours and 19 minutes to get past with Porygon Z. This time, if we save, 23 minutes to get past Brock. That's 23 minutes in game time. I should mention, yeah, I do have the game set to double speed, so it will move faster, or just so I can get through the game faster, I guess is what I'm trying to say. Yeah, so it's on double speed, and I'm not using the speed up button. That way, I think we should be able to get a clear answer of how long it has taken us to beat the game. Because I know everyone's interested, I picked up the dome fossil because, let's be honest, no one likes swirlies. So next up is the Cerulean City Gym facing off against Misty, and this is another battle I don't think it's going to be a problem because one of our level 1 moves is Thunderfang. Now Thunderfang is a little bit undercut. Ooh, we get a paralysis on the Staryu, that worked in our favor. It's a little bit undercut because in this generation all electric attacks are special. So even though Thunderfang should be a oh, I forgot about that. Yeah. We're probably gonna lose this. Okay, never mind. Starmie may be hard for us to get past, but as I was saying, Thunderfang is an undercut because it's not a physical move, and Gliscor excels at physical attacks. So unfortunately, that's not gonna work out for us. I think actually I will wait on Misty. I was so happy to go and fire because we had Thunderfang, but yeah, I forgot we're weak against water, and that is a problem. As you saw, Starmie was able to really just get past this with no problem. So we're gonna go ahead and fight Rival 2 here, and I don't think Rival 2 will be too much of a problem. We did get hit by that sand attack, so that is not good. We're learning Mud Slap though, and I will get rid of Poison Sting for that. I think that's a good trait. For now, we will learn Dig and Earthquake, which will be stab ground type moves, which should be really good for us. The Squirtle we get to take out in 2 hits. That's no problem, except for if we miss and get hit by a water gun. That's not what we want to see, and we missed again and get hit by another water gun. Are we gonna lose because of that? Let's not lose the sand attack. All right, so there goes the Abra. Now Abra is no problem. We can use Slash. Abra does not attack, so no matter how many times we miss Slash, 3 times in a row maybe. We only got hit with 1 sand attack. What do you mean 3 times in a row? What's the deal with that? Okay, so we've done that, and then now let's take out the Rattata. If we can stop missing 1 sand attack, all those misses came from 1 sand attack. With that being said, we got past Rival number 2. We're gonna go ahead and do the Cerulean Cape before we try and take on Misty to get some of the levels. Maybe that will help us out a bit more in beating her. After doing the Cerulean Cape, we decided to take on Misty again. I think we can take her this time, or we could always try to do the SSN beforehand. But this time I go for Slash, and the reason being, it's the same thing as I mentioned before. Since Thunderfang is a special attack, Slash is the better move to use. Even though Water Pulse did half damage to me, I was able to get past this pretty easily because of our high attack stat and the fact that Slash, it has a higher base stat total than Thunderfang, and they're both Thunderfang and Slash were neutral moves. They're not stab from Gliscor. So with that, it was an easy way to overcome Misty. So now we get to head to the SSN and take on Lieutenant Surge, which should be easy since Lieutenant Surge has electric Pokemon against our ground type. So on the SSN, we did pick up the TM for Brick Break, and then we head immediately to fight Rival number 3. Now our rivals should be pretty easy to deal with, except for the Blastoise / Wartortle. That is the problem. So we need to really get past him as quickly as possible. Of course, we were not able to get past Pidgeotto without getting a sand attack, which is not good at all. So I opt to go for Dig here, because even if I miss, maybe we don't get hit by the Wartortle. Instead, it goes for Withdraw, which is not what I expected. It goes for Withdraw again. This time I go for Slash, hoping for a crit. We don't get it, but Wartortle only has Water Gun. So even though it does get a hit off on us, it's not enough. We haven't missed yet, which is kind of concerning. I go for a Brick Break, and that doesn't work. Of course, Hyper Fang's not going to do that much. Our defense is really good. Brick Break takes out the Eradicate. So Eradicate is done, and then we have Kadabra. Now, Kadabra is not a problem, but then I go for Night Slash, which is a special move in this generation. It gets disabled, and then I can just go for regular Slash and take out Kadabra. In fact, I probably should have went for regular Slash anyway. The only reason why we want to keep Night Slash is for Agatha, because out of the moves we can learn, we really can't do much damage to her Ghost / Poison type Pokemon with any other moves other than Night Slash. So we're going to keep it for that reason. So here we go. We get to rub off an old man and head towards the Viridian City Gym, or Vermilion City Gym. So after spending way too much time digging through the trash in Lieutenant Surge's gym, we are ready to take him on. And like I said earlier, this gym should be pretty easy, I think. Gliscor has Dig now that we picked up from behind the house in Cerulean City, and we're able to hit all of his Pokemon. Downside is we can still be paralyzed by Pikachu's static, so we have to hope that that doesn't happen, since we do make contact with most of these Pokemon. Pikachu's gonna go for Double Team. Doesn't matter, we hit through it and we make it to Raichu. Now, Raichu, being stronger than Pikachu, could present a problem, but I think we'll be okay. We just dig. It can't hit me with Thunder Wave anyway, and we one-shot the Raichu. And Lieutenant Surge is down easy, and we get to move on to Erica. So after being trained in the ways of doing research by Jiraiya-sama, I am going to go ahead and face off against Erica. Again, Erica's gym may not be too difficult. We're not weak against grass because we're part flying type. And we have to keep in mind that a lot of Erica's Pokemon are also part poison type. So we can actually land a super effective hit with Dig if we needed to. I'm going to try and see how well Slash does in this gym. It could do pretty well. But we'll have to see how that works out. So we stopped Erica from taking her break at 420, and then we are going to face off against her Victory Bell. Now, again, Victory Bell is part poison type, so I'm actually going to try and see if Dig will do a decent amount. Not only because it's not super effective because it's resisted by the grass type, but I do get same type attack bonus from it. Giga Drain was not something that I accounted for, and of course that heals some of Victory Bell's health, but we're able to knock it out with the second one. A 2-turn move while being paralyzed, it's not the greatest. We do face off against the Tangela, which of course we can go with a Slash or a Brick Break, but unfortunately, again, we were paralyzed, and Giga Drain is taking our health while Tangela is earning health back from the Ingrain. It's not a good turn of events for us there. The Ingrain is really kind of hurting. Erica uses a Hyper Potion there. One more Slash, if we can land it, would do it, but Giga Drain is a problem because, yeah, it keeps giving her health. We do get a crit with the Slash, which is why Slash is good. I just don't know that we can get past the Vileplume. Vileplume is faster than us here, and we actually go down. First time I've ever lost to Erica. So I decided to take her on at the same level because I do think it's possible. At this level, we just have to get some things to work in our favor. If we can't get past Erica, though, we can always go for the Rocket Hideout beforehand, gain a few levels, and then take on Erica. There goes the Stun Spore again. She's doing the same strategy that I don't like. Oh my gosh, and a crit with the Giga Drain. That is problematic. Also, Giga Drain is a special move. My special defense is not that high, and that's why you can see that it's doing the amount of damage that it is because of that. That's sad. Now we're gonna go for a Brick Break here instead of Slash. Brick Break does a little bit more. Slash, though, I think works better because the chance for a critical hit We go for the Brick Break again. It's not enough to knock out the Tangela. Tangela with the Ingrain, and then she's going to use a Hyper Potion on it. And the Giga Drain. The healing moves is our problem, which I didn't expect to run into with Erica. But each new Pokemon that you solo run, they present different issues. And there we go. We go down to the Tangela this time. Don't even make it to the Vileplume. And so, yeah, that tells me that we're probably going to need to at least be faster than the rest of her Pokemon. So a few more levels could help us out in that respect. And then hopefully we can avoid being paralyzed in the beginning as well. All right, it's time for our first fight against the boss Rocket Giovanni himself. Now this one I actually think will go easily for us. We have ground type moves for his rock type Pokemon. So we're gonna just use Dig on Onix. And we also have Brick Break for his Kangaskhan, which is the Pokemon that gave me a bit of trouble the last time we fought Giovanni with the Porygon Z. And I don't think we're going to have a problem here. So Gliscor is able to take out the Onix pretty easily. It took 2 turns, which is surprising. But now we're going up against the Rhyhorn. And that goes down with 1 Dig. And then you have Kangaskhan left, which we use Brick Break, of course. And that does not one-shot the Kangaskhan. It uses Bite. That's not a problem. Brick Break again, and we're done with Giovanni. So after defeating Giovanni, I lace the guard's T with a laxative so he can't stop anyone else from going through to Saffron City. And we're going to just go ahead and make our way over to Lavender Town to do the Pokemon Tower. And I decided we'll take on Erica later. We can actually skip over her gym, and I think that is the best bet for us. So that means it's time to take on rival number 4 in the Pokemon Tower. He's upset because we drowned his Raticate in the ocean, and he's looking for revenge. So now we're going to have to face off against the Pidgeotto. Again, Slash is our best bet against Pidgeotto. We still don't one-shot it, but fortunately for us, it does not go for Sand Attack. And that is pretty much the greatest thing that can happen for us. I decided to go for Slash again on Wartortle. It goes for Withdraw instead of attacking with a Water type move, which was the worst idea it could have had. And so we get to 2-shot the Wartortle with Slash, making things easy. Growlithe comes out. Is Intimidate doesn't work because I have Hyper Cutter, and this time we go for Dig because Growlithe is weak against the ground type moves. It's Stab, and Growlithe gets 1 shot. That's going to be easy. Execute is next. We stick with Slash with Execute. It's a critical hit. Not sure it mattered, but it goes down in 1 hit anyway. And then Kadabra is last. Instead of Night Slash, I go for regular Slash because Kadabra has no defenses. And that is rival number 4? Yes, rival number 4 done. And we get to save Fuji from a wispy Marowak. So this time I didn't forget to get the bike, and we headed straight to Koga's gym, skipping over Erica. And you'll notice here with the moveset that I got rid of Dig for X-Scissor. We learned X-Scissor at level 40, and my reasoning behind that is because I still need Slash to take on Koga, because everything else is resisted. Night Slash isn't that useful since my special attack is much lower. And he's starting with Smokescreen, and that's just not good. Using a Hyper Potion. I wanted to mention that Koga, actually, I was afraid that I wouldn't be able to do much against him. Like, we have high defense, but eventually he's going to poison us. Plus, he may have Toxic as we just get hit by it. There it goes. Toxic's a problem. And then we start missing, and it blows itself up, which does a lot of damage, actually. So with that, we're not going to get through it. But Dig isn't as useful. I mean, it would have been useful against the Muck, now that I think about it. I was just thinking because he has coughing and wheezing. I might have to rewind this back. We might have to reset because I think I do need Dig to take on the Muck. The problem is coughing and wheezing have Levitate, which means I can't use a ground move against them. They resist Brick Break, so I'm not sure how we actually get past them. We saw Slash wasn't doing that much to him. This is kind of a catch-22. I'm not sure how we deal with these Pokemon. So figuring that I couldn't defeat Koga right now, until we leveled up a bit. And not being able to do Saffron without doing Silph Coal, I decided to take on Erica this time. And this time I think it will work. We have X Scissor, and we're at a much higher level. Now, X Scissor is not super effective, of course, because Victory Bell is part poison type. However, man, she still does the same strategy, the paralysis and the Giga Drain, but it's doing enough damage that I don't think it really matters. X Scissor will be super effective against Tangela, who will not be able to take that, gets one shot. And then of course we have the Vileplume, which again, using Giga Drain, her draining moves are a real problem. It's going to be a 2-hit KO with the Vileplume unless she heals. She doesn't, we don't miss, and we don't get paralyzed. We don't get paralyzed, so we're good. We get Erica defeated. So from here we're actually going to take on Silph Coal because we have a better chance of defeating Sabrina than we do Koga. Sabrina's Pokemon is weak against X Scissor, so we can use that to our advantage. Of course, before we can take on Sabrina, we have to finish Silph Coal, which means it is Rival Fivel time. I know I should say Rival Fivel, or it feels like I should say it, but then part of me is like, oh man, that is definitely J Rose's thing. But Rival Fivel, here we go. So we're up against Pidgeot. Getting rid of Slash isn't the greatest thing at the moment. We can't use Dig. Brick Break is neutral, so I actually decide to go with Brick Break. It does not do enough, but I feel like it's going to do about the same. Actually, it does more than Night Slash. We might have to reconsider using Night Slash. I don't know what move we would use against Agatha, since a lot of her ghost types have Levitate, which can be problematic. I go for Dig on the Blastoise. Just to get the stab move, and he uses Protect. That was actually pretty smart of him. Tries for Protect again, but this time I go for X Scissor. We do get a critical hit with it. Then he goes for Protect again, but it is in my favor as I go for Dig and take out the Blastoise. I wonder why he wasn't going for Water type moves there. It is a little strange, but we dig on the Growlithe, which should be a one-shot. Yes, it is a one-shot against Growlithe, and then he sends out his Execute. X Scissor will do the job there. That is super effective. And then lastly, we have his Alakazam, which X Scissor will happily dispose of. So, yep, Rival Fivel easy, and now we get to take on Giovanni. All right, so now it is time for us to face off against Giovanni for the second time. He starts off with a Nidorino, which will be easy for us. We can dig and hit it. Poison Point can poison us, so we need to watch out for that. We don't get poisoned, so we're good to go. Kangaskhan is next. Brick Break should be able to dispatch of his Kangaskhan. It doesn't, but we can use it again. Rage doesn't do that much because of our insanely high defense strat. So there we go. We get rid of the Kangaskhan. And then there is Rhyhorn. Of course, we're going to dig on the Rhyhorn. Once we learn Earthquake, that would be pretty good as well. Dig is not enough to take out Rhyhorn. He actually hits me 5 times with Fury Attack. Are you serious? Brick Break will finish it off. And then you have his Nidoqueen. Nidoqueen, I'm going to go for Dig with. It's probably not going to knock it out. It's a 2-hit KO. Body Slam can paralyze us. It doesn't. We go for our second Dig, and that would do it for Giovanni number 2. So Giovanni number 2 is down. We're at level 44. I still don't feel like it's enough to face off against Koga, but we really have nowhere else to go. Of course, we could try to fight more trainers to get more levels, but we'll see how well we can do. So silly me forgot that the point of us doing Silph Coal was so that we can fight Sabrina, which I almost forgot to do. So we do head over to Sabrina's gym to take her on, which I think this is actually going to be really easy. There is one X Scissor taking down the Kadabra, one more X Scissor taking down Mr. Mime, and then you have the Venomoth, which is not a Psychic type, but I believe Venomoth is bug poison, so we can actually use Dig on it for some reason, even though it's flying in the air, and that will take out the Venomoth. There we go. And there goes the Earthquake. And that's what we wanted. So now we'll have Earthquake against Koga. And now at least take care of Grimer and Muck. It is the coughing and wheezing that we really need to worry about. But here comes Alakazam. And an X-Scissor will take care of Alakazam. One of the easiest Sabrina fights you'll ever have to deal with. And Sabrina's done. And now all we have left is Koga. So it's back to Koga. And I haven't really come up with a strategy here. I'm not sure exactly what to do. X-Scissor is resisted. I can't use Earthquake on coughing, and Brick Break is also resisted. I can try to go for Nice Slash, which does over half, which isn't bad. So we can actually take it out before it poisons us. That's good. Next up is the Muck. Of course, we hit that with an Earthquake. That's a stab. 100 base power move. That's not going to survive. Muck is done. And then we have to deal with another coughing. I go for Nice Slash again. It's still over half. Now the downside is that now my accuracy is down. Don't know how Wheezing's gonna do. We can hope that it blows itself up. I think we can survive it. I go for Nice Slash on Wheezing. That barely does anything, and I get hit by a smoke screen again. This time, I'm gonna go for X-Scissor just because our physical attack is stronger. It does about the same. It kind of doesn't matter which one we use. We could try for Brick Break, and then we miss, and now we're toxic. I think the toxic poison is probably going to take us out before we're able to get rid of the wheezing. So many smoke screens. It's kind of insane. And we're poisoned by the toxic. That's just trolling. That's just trolling. And because of the toxic and the smoke screens, we can't take it off. We actually go down to a tackle, and I never want to see that ever again in my life. So we lose to Koga yet again. All right, so this time we have a new strategy for taking on Koga, and what I did was I went to Route 9 and picked up the TM for Aerial Ace, because Aerial Ace is a stab move. We get the same type attack bonus from it, so it will do more than Night Slash would, and that will help us take care of the coughing and the wheezing. Unfortunately, here we do get poisoned, and he uses a Hyper Potion. That's not good for us. So a coughing will go down there to the Aerial Ace. Of course, Muck we could take out with Earthquake. I'm just afraid at this point that because of the toxic, he was able to get it off, that we won't be able to make it through these next few turns. There goes an Aerial Ace against this coughing. It's a 2-hit KO, which is a problem. Aerial Ace is only base 60 power. It does more because we get the same type attack bonus, but with him healing, that's just not going to work out. We really need to avoid that toxic. So I went and fought the rest of the trainers in Koga's Gym to get us an extra level to see if that helps us any with taking care of the coughing. Maybe if we can one-shot it. Oh, it uses self-destruct. Okay. It doesn't do as much damage, but we're still not one-shotting the coughing, which is kind of a problem because that's how we get toxic, and that's how he uses a Hyper Potion, which is what's been causing us to lose all these times. We go for Aerial Ace again. He uses Sludge this time, which is pretty good. He goes for the Hyper Potion, but wastes this one, so that's fine. And we go for it again. He uses Hyper Potion again. Yeah, go ahead, waste them. And this time we get the crit, and coughing goes down. And we're not poisoned going into the wheezing. I don't even think we needed the level. The level had nothing to do with it. But we go for Aerial Ace on the wheezing. And he's using Smokescreen, which is fine because he can use it all he wants. He finally goes for Toxic. It's a little bit too late. Aerial Ace can't miss. We take out the wheezing. He used both his Hyper Potions already. And yes, Koga, you're done with. Finally. We're finally done with Koga. And that's 6 gym badges. So now we can actually head to Blaine, which should be easy to take on. All right, so we surf on over to Blaine, and this one I don't think is going to be difficult. We have Earthquake, base 100 power move against ground, and it, also a stab move, by the way, and then it's against fire type Pokemon. I didn't even heal, I just noticed, because I have Earthquakes missing. Hopefully I have enough to take on the gym. I do. I think I have just enough to take out all of Blaine's Pokemon. So we one-shot the Growlithe, one-shot the Ponyta. Here comes the Rapidash. I'm pretty sure that's a one-shot too. Yes, it is. And then the Arcanine will go down to our Fury. And then that is going to be time for the 8th gym leader in Giovanni. Now it's time for the final fight with Giovanni. And here I think we're also in a good position. The fight's gonna go the same way it's gone with other Giovanni fights. I'm gonna use Brick Break against the Rhyhorn, which doesn't take it out. It's gonna slow me down a bit. The reason I chose to use Brick Break though is because I didn't heal, so I don't have that many Earthquakes left. So I wanted to make sure I had them for the important Pokemon. So we use Earthquake against the second Rhyhorn, which knocks it out. And of course we have Nidoqueen and Nidoking, which we want to use the Earthquake against. So then you have Dugtrio. Dugtrio I think is going to be pretty easy for us. It can't use any ground type moves against us. X-Scissor drops it immediately and Dugtrio's down. Nidoqueen, we can use Earthquake. It's faster than us, probably because of the scary face. Now we're paralyzed because of Body Slam. That kind of sucks, but we do take it out right there with an Earthquake. And then it's his last Pokemon in Nidoking. And Nidoking, we're also, oh, it's going for Thrash. We also land the Earthquake with him there, and Nidoking's down, and that is our 8th gym badge, ladies and gentlemen, and it's the home stretch as we head to the Elite Four. Of course, before we go to the Elite Four, we have to take on our rival Bill, who's salty because we beat him every time we face off against him, and we're gonna do it again. Here comes his Pidgeot now, and this time we go for Aerial Ace. It's the best move to use against Pidgeot there, and we're good. He tried to use Feather Dance, I think, and that, of course, did not work out. We go for Earthquake on the Blastoise, the strongest move we can use against it. That does not do a lot. Blastoise is very scary, and he goes for Rain Dance. Rain Dance can definitely be a problem. We go for Earthquake again, and he has Water Gun for some reason. In the rain, it does so much damage, though. Oh my gosh, that was just a Water Gun. I know it's super effective, but goodness gracious. Of course, here comes his Rhyhorn, and we get to take that out with an Earthquake. Oh my. I did not expect the Water Gun. I know it's raining, but still I did not expect Water Gun to do that much. Of course, now we get to take out the Growlithe with Earthquake as well. Fortunately for us, the rest of this Pokemon is pretty easy to get by, but this does not bode well for the champion when I'm pretty sure he has Hydro Pump. Yeah, he's definitely going to have Hydro Pump. I really wish Thunderfang would be better, and if it wasn't Generation 3, Thunderfang would have been awesome. Actually, having the Fang moves would have been so much better. I would keep Ice Fang, I would keep Thunderfang, and that would make it a lot easier, but making them a special move in this generation just is kind of horrible. We do barely get past our rival here, and we get to head for the Elite Four. All right, it's time to take on the Elite Four, and first up is Lorelei. Lorelei, the one that gives me the most worry out of all of them. That and probably Lance, but I don't know how we're gonna deal with Lorelei. She has her Dugong, which we go for Brick Break because it is weak against fighting, but it only does half. It hits us with an Ice Beam. That is 4 times effective, and we get 1 shot. We are going to need a plan here. I don't know how we deal with her Pokemon. All right, we're back at it with Lorelei. This is like attempt number 60 or something. I don't know. I was gonna make a joke by trying at level 69 that it was a nice level to try at, but I lost so many times there, I decided not to do that. So we're at level 70 now, and we use Brick Break. We knock out the Dugong. I'm not sure if that was a range. At level 69, it was a range, and I'm not sure if the extra level made it completely not one. Cloyster does not go down to the Brick Break. However, it does waste a turn by putting on spikes, and then it uses Protect, which lets me know Lorelei is not going to use a full restore. So we go ahead for the Brick Break again, and we take it out. Now we have Slowbro. I would go for Earthquake on Slowbro because it would do more damage than X-Scissor, and Slowbro goes for Amnesia, which is useful for us. I'm gonna go for another Earthquake just in case she heals. She doesn't, So Slowbro goes down there, and then Jinx is gonna get hit by an X Scissor. That should take out the Jinx. Super effective. X Scissor's good. Now we have the Lappers, and we actually get to Lappers without taking damage, which is the best because I believe we can live at least one Ice Beam. So we go for Brick Break. That puts Lappers in the red, and we get hit by Ice Beam. Ice Beam does not take us out. Of course, we cannot get hit again. Lappers gets healed by the Citrus Berry, which causes Lorelei not to heal, and we finally take out the Lappers with a Brick Break. So level 70 was the level we needed to do this at. And keep in mind, that took me over an hour to get Gliscor up to this level. So yeah, that's not a good look. It wasted a lot of time, and it seems like Gliscor is gonna be on par. Shoot, I didn't save and I didn't heal. What was I thinking? So no, I didn't save and I didn't heal. I just went right into the battle with Bruno. Okay, so now we have to take out Bruno without taking any damage. So there's the Brick Break. I was gonna say it was gonna be on par with Porygon Z. We are not able to take out the Onyx, and we faint. I'm leaving this battle in just because I have to reset because of my own stupidity, and now I have to fight Lorelei again. Fighting Lorelei is just absolute torture. At this point, it's absolute torture. We know we can win at level 70, but it's not consistent. And the amount of time, and oh, I guess it has been arranged, because this time Dugong does not get knocked out in one Brick Break. It's been arranged this entire time somehow, and we finally got a low roll. This is insane. This is absolutely insane. Cloyster gets double protects all the time, back-to-back protects, which is supposed to be like a low chance of getting. I wouldn't be surprised if I see it get protect 3 times in a row at this point, just because of what's happening. Okay, there goes Spikes. That works in my favor. Unfortunately, the hail's up, so I don't know how that helps. Finally, okay, we got past Cloyster. No more protect. I'm losing my voice because I recorded the voiceover for this battle but multiple times. That's the downside of me recording as I play, because yeah, I guess it doesn't matter. And Slowbro goes for Yawn, which is also bad because if we're asleep when the Lappers comes out, then you know we lose. And I'm pretty sure Jinx has the Ice Punch, and Ice Punch would knock me out as well. Maybe we'll wake up on the first turn. We don't. There goes the Ice Punch from Jinx, and yeah, we're knocked out. Cool. So after that mistake, we finally get past Lorelei, and that's any hopes of a faster time than Porygon Z went out of the window right there. It took us leveling up into level 74 in order to get past Lorelei again. It was just ridiculous. But now we at least get to focus on Bruno. And last time I tried not to talk about Bruno and he destroyed me. So this time we'll talk a little bit about Bruno. However, I don't think it'd be a problem. I am a flying type Pokemon, and his Pokemon are weak against it. And then the few rock types that he has, we're also a ground type, so we're kind of the perfect matchup for Bruno. Also, with our level being so high just to get past Lorelei, I don't think we're gonna have a problem. Here comes the second Onyx. We hit it out with an Earthquake. It goes down in one shot, just one shot for all his Pokemon, including the Machamp. Machamp is gonna go down, and yep, that's it. Bruno is donezo. So next up is Agatha, and I don't have a lot for dealing with her. I just have Aerial Ace, basically. The positive thing is Aerial Ace is I do get an attack bonus for it. Unfortunately, even though most of Agatha's Pokemon is Poison type, I can't use Earthquake because they have Levitate. Now, Aerial Ace is also good because Gengar likes to use Double Team, and Aerial Ace doesn't miss, so I don't have to worry about the Double Team there. And then we move on to the Go Back and we can almost one-shot. We can't seem to one-shot any of her Pokemon, which is kind of annoying. I go for the X Scissor here just to save PP. It's still not enough though to knock out the Golbat. I thought it would be enough, and it wasn't, so it was a bad choice. I wanted to save some of the PP for Aerial Ace because I know we have to use it throughout this battle. But we can one-shot the Hunter, which puts us at level 75, much higher than I thought I would need to be for Gliscor. Aerial Ace is not able to take out the Gengar, and it puts us to sleep, and that is an issue. We need to wake up. And he has a Nightmare. Oh, okay. I didn't expect that. I don't know if I've ever seen that move in Gen 3. We're being hurt by the Nightmare, but we're still asleep, hit by Shadow Ball, and looks like we're gonna lose to Agatha. That's unfortunate. Okay, so after that first Agatha loss, I do reset because I think we can actually defeat Agatha without having to get to a much higher level. Being put to sleep and having Nightmare used on us was an unfortunate turn of events, but I don't think that's something that happens too often. We actually knocked the first Gengar out with one Aerial Ace, which works out in our favor. We use Aerial Ace again against the Golbat. Of course, it does not knock it out. This time, Agatha goes for a full restore. I do go for Aerial Ace again, and we get a critical hit. That was clutch. We needed that. Of course, the next Hunter goes down immediately, and then is Gengar again. This is the one with Nightmare. So we go for Aerial Ace, and this time it hits us with Hypnosis again. So we can't really seem to get out of this. What we really need is to wake up, so hopefully we can. It doesn't go for Nightmare this time though. Shadow Ball is not a big deal. We just really need to wake up. So it looks like he's focusing on Shadow Ball. We wake up, we hit him with Aerial Ace, and we're past it. And that's what I thought, because typically you don't see Agatha using Nightmare, and that was the first time I really saw her doing it. 2 Aerial Aces will take out the Aardvark, and we're through with Agatha, and now we get to move on to Lance. All right, it is finally time to take on Lance, the Dragon Trainer. Oh my gosh, it just has been such a difficult challenge getting through the Elite Four. I'm glad we finally made it. Of course, we don't lose any attack stat thanks to Hyper Cutter, which is good. Downside to Lance is, I think a lot of his Pokemon, I'm going to have to rely on Aerial Ace. Like with Gyarados, we use Aerial Ace. It's the best move for us to use. It's a 2-hit KO, but he only uses Bite, so we barely take any damage there. So we have the Aerodactyl. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to have to rely on Aerial Ace. I could go for Brick Break, which is neutral against the Aerodactyl. So I might actually try that. We're not taking a lot of damage from it, and Brick Break is the better move, yeah. So we're gonna go for Brick Break against Aerodactyl. Just because it's neutral. He's going with the Ancient Power. It's neutral against me. It doesn't do a lot, but I'm about half health, and that scares me to go up against the Dragonite that he has. Of course, Dragonite being part flying, meaning all of my moves except Aerial Ace is not the best. So yeah, we just do that. Aerial Ace is a 2-hit KO. It has a Citrus Berry, which is bad because this is gonna put him in range for a full restore. But he's stuck in Outrage, and that actually knocks me out. Oh my god. It actually knocks me out. So we're gonna have to figure this out. It's definitely possible, but with the Citrus Berry on Dragonite, I'm not sure what the best course of action would be. Would we need to go through the Elite Four again just to get some levels up? I think I'm gonna try a few more times at level 75 and see if we can get past Lance. So after losing to Lorelei several times again, we're back at Lance. Now I could defeat Agatha and Bruno pretty consistently. Actually, always consistently. I get past them very easily. Lorelei is still a problem, even at level 77, but that's where we're at, facing off against the Gyarados, and we're gonna try the same thing. And I think we're going to be in about the same boat. The hope is that we're faster, right? So we just have to hope that we don't get a speed drop and we actually get to be faster than the Dragonite. I think if we are, then that would work in our favor big time. But we get a speed drop because Aerodactyl always goes for scary face. There goes the wing attack. So now the Aerodactyl's faster, guaranteeing that Dragonite's going to be faster from us. And yeah, we're in a bad position again. I'm going to go for the aerial ace. It goes for safeguard this time and not outrage. So that's kind of good because we can take it out with the second aerial ace. At least it didn't start with outrage because that is a guaranteed loss. So now we have the Dragonair, which also goes for outrage. I guess that's just what it does. Aerial ace is almost a one-hit KO. So a couple of more levels and we can one-hit KO the Dragonair. Unfortunately, we don't, and we lose out to it. I'm not gonna try again at this level. We're going to go back and go through the Elite Four again, because I know a couple of more levels we can at least knock out the Dragonair with one shot, and that gives us a chance. All right, so it's time to go against Lance once again, and I realized last time that I could have used Earthquake against the Dragonairs. I don't know, I was in the mindset, since all of Lance's other Pokemon cannot be hit by Earthquake, that I couldn't with Dragonair for some reason, but we can. I decided though to keep the extra levels. We're at level 79 now, and that's because Dragonite is still a problem. So I figured we were gonna need those extra levels just to take on the Dragonite, because if Dragonite goes for outrage as its first turn, that usually puts us in a pretty bad spot. Aerodactyl misses the hyper beam there, and we get rid of that. That's pretty good. So now here comes the Dragonite. We go for aerial ace. It starts with outrage, and that's bad because it's locked into outrage right now. It has a berry. We're not gonna knock it out, and outrage is gonna do a lot of damage to us. Oh, but we get a critical hit, and that is clutch. We absolutely needed that critical hit, 100%. So he has his Dragonair. It's gonna go before us though. Oh no, we're faster than the Dragonair. So Earthquake is a one-shot against Dragonair. We actually might get past Lance this time. There we go, our second Earthquake, and we're gonna get past Lance. Oh my gosh, because of the critical hit. That's not consistent, but I'm gonna take it. I've been in this Elite Four for way too long. So we're gonna take that win against Lance and move on to the champion. So we finally made it. It is time to go up against the champion. Gliscor had a good time going through the regular game, but the Elite Four proved to be a challenge for it. We're gonna see if we can continue on. Pidgeot is out, and I'm gonna go for Brick Break just because it's neutral against the Pidgeot, and so it's gonna be a stronger move. It does just over half, so 2 Brick Breaks is gonna knock it out, and we are set with the Pidgeot. His next Pokemon is gonna be the Blastoise. Kind of a problem because Blastoise has, I think, Hydro Pump, which is a problem. Earthquake is going to be our strongest move against it. We hit it. It's a 2-hit KO. Hydro Pump lands, does a ton of... Oh, God, we can't make it past Hydro Pump. We can't make it past Hydro Pump. Oh, no. I don't... We're going to need more levels. We're gonna need more levels. Okay, so second time taking on the champion, and we really want to see how far we can get. I'm still uncertain about the Hydro Pump from the Blastoise. It's really gonna be hard to get past that, especially since we get hit with Sand Attack. I was not expecting that. We actually almost rather Pidgeot hit us with a physical attack then use Sand Attack. Sand Attack's going to be pretty detrimental. I'm going to go for Earthquake. We don't miss. It's really close to knocking out the Blastoise, and we withstand the Hydro Pump. Oh my gosh, with 4 HP. Of course, he's going to use a full restore, but we are faster. I just have to worry about if we're going to miss. And you know what? With that being said, I'm going to go for Aerial Ace because it doesn't miss. That way it ensures we knock out the Blastoise. So next is the Alakazam. We can use X Scissor for that, and we miss, and that does it. Oh, should I have gone for Aerial Ace? I don't know. We could definitely win this. Sand attack is just not good for us. So it turns out sand attack is really bad for us, and Pidgeot goes for it most of the time. We have to hope it doesn't go for sand attack, or that we get a crit with Brick Break. So it doesn't go with sand attack this time, which is good. It hits us with aerial ace. Now that does mean we might not survive the hydro pump, so I don't know if it's a good or a bad thing, but we're gonna start with earthquake. That does a lot of damage. It misses the hydro pump. That's right, because hydro pump does not have a super high accuracy. So I'm gonna use a second earthquake and Blastoise will be done. That's what we needed. We just needed to miss. So now we've got a good amount of HP. Our accuracy hasn't dropped, which is excellent. We hit Alakazam with the X Scissor, of course, super effective. Takes it out. Oh boy, okay, we're halfway through his team. There goes the Executor, 4 times weak against X Scissor. There's no chance for it, which is great for us. Then the Rhydon's weak against Earthquake, so we can take that out easily. And I'm gonna be honest, the champion was a lot easier than the rest of the Elite Four. Even with the Blastoise, we just needed one miss, and that was it. Earthquake against the Arcanine. And I believe, yeah, that's a one-shot, and that is it, and Gliscor finally finishes. I think it took me almost the same amount of time it took me to get through the gyms is how long it took me to get through the Elite Four, because I had to level up so much. We were in the 60s when I first tried this, and I couldn't get past until, what are we at, level 85 now? That is so crazy. And that's the problem, especially with Pokemon. With the solo runs, you run into that, but with Pokemon that you have, it was at 84, excuse me. Pokemon that you have with 4 times weaknesses, it is especially a problem. So Gliscor finishes with 8 hours and 3 minutes. Next time I might do what's necessary and go to the Sevi Islands in order to like go to the move tutor. I don't know if that would actually be better if Ice Fang was a physical move in this generation like it is in the future generations. It would work, but even me adding Ice Fang into the game, it's an ice type move. All ice type moves are special, so I don't even know if that would have helped me against Lance. But then Lance was only a small hurdle. Like, it didn't take me that long to get past Lance. It was really Lorelei. Lorelei caused all of the troubles. All of the troubles that we had in this game was Lorelei. So yeah, that definitely did it for us. So we're gonna go ahead and put Gliscor on the list. It actually did worse than Porygon Z. I didn't expect that, but yeah, it did worse than Porygon Z. And yeah, we're gonna continue this trend. We're gonna see what next Gen 4 Pokemon will be doing a solo run of FireRed. And if you have any suggestions, put it in the comment section below and let me know who you think I should use. Other than that, I'm probably gonna just randomize again for another Gen 4 Pokemon. But with that being said, thank you guys for watching. Make sure you subscribe and hit the like button for more videos on the channel, and I will catch you next time.